everyone, this is Lori from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today we're going to be using up some of our larger window cling stickers. And if you recall this one from Dollar Tree, I think it was either last year or the year before that. We have some cute stickers on here. This one was from Big Lots here, and they're just a little bit larger, so we're going to use that. And I made this ornament with one of the larger stickers, and I think it turned out really cute. It was easy to put together, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. Now the first thing you're going to need is a 3-inch wooden circle base with at least a 1/8 inch width. Okay, now I buy all my blanks from Hoosier Blanks, and this is where this can be found. And you can order one, or you can order 50, just, so they have lots of options. And even in the width they have options. This is the 1/8 inch width 3-inch circle. They have got so many different types of wood cutouts. You'll have to take a look on the site. I think they're very well priced. And this is family owned, family run, and they're wood pieces. They cut them out themselves, and they use birch. So a little info there. Now I'm not being given anything in return for letting you know where I found these. This is just some information that I wanted to give you. Okay? So I'm not getting anything for this. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this Cork sticky sheet from the Dollar Tree, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this right here on the back and just rough cut a little square here. Like this. Peel that off and place this like this. Press down on it. Alright. And then I'm going to take these scissors here. These scissors have Teflon. They don't stick. I'm just going to lean the blade against the edge of the wood. Now, if you want, you can certainly use the individual little thin sheets of cork that you can get at Hobby Lobby in the open stock cardstock section, but I'm using this. I thought this was a good way of using this up. Okay. See, it comes right off the Teflon, which is nice. Okay, now once you rough cut that, you can kind of go back in and just do what you can here around the edges. And this will all come together and it'll all look nice at the end. Alright. Then we're going to take this off the scissors. I love these Teflon scissors. Okay. Alrighty. So this is what we have in the front. And don't worry too much about this because we're going to be gluing some nylon cord here around the edge. Alright. And we'll wait to do the back a little later on in the video. Okay. So for now, we have that. So I'm just going to rough cut this, and you want to make this a little longer than what you'll actually use. Like that. Okay. All right. Gonna take my Fabri-Tac and I'm gonna put this around here. Turning it as I go. Okay. Now I'm going to start with the part that I cut so it won't be frayed. And then I'm just going to move this on around like this. And then when you come to this part, that's where you're going to cut this and then put this down like that. Okay. Now we have the first layer, and we're going to give this a little time to dry. Alright, and you can lay it down, make sure that it's nice and even. Okay, so after this dries, then we'll be back and we'll do the second layer. I don't think I told you guys where I found this. I found this at Hobby Lobby, and it was half this price. You can find this in the wide ribbon aisle where all the Christmas ribbon is, all the wide Christmas ribbon. And there's little boxes full of different trims and ribbons that are Christmassy as well. And they have this. I believe they have it in a gold and also in a silver. But yeah, so I got this for half the price, and you get 30 feet. So that's pretty nice. So I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, so for the next part, I'm going to do the same thing as I did the first time. Just kind of wrap it around, but give it some extra length here. Okay, and then we're just going to cut that like that. We're going to start with the end that we cut. And I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac again and put this just on the top all the way around. Okay, right about here. Now I'm going to take the end that I just cut and I'm going to place it, I'm going to start it the same spot that I started the first one, and just wrap this on around, and then cut it probably right about here. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to lay it flat and just gently push it against the first wrapping that we did. Okay. Alright, so we're going to allow this to dry and we're going to give it extra time now. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside and make sure that's nice and dry. And it does harden up, the glue does, and then it makes everything nice and stiff the longer it dries. So just wanted to let you know that as well. We'll be back. Okay, so for the back of this, all I did was take my 3-inch circle punch and cut out a piece of cardstock. So I'm going to glue that on the back with Fabri-Tac. Alright, I put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on this. Alright. And I'm going to flip it right over there on top of that wood piece. Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to attach a couple of glue-on earring bales. I'll have the link for you where I found these on Amazon. They have them in silver and gold and all different colors, but I chose gold. And if you want to search for them yourself, then just go to Amazon and type in the words glue-on earring bales, B-A-I-L-S, okay? And they should pop up. And we're going to put one here at the top, like that. I'm going to glue on one at the top and one at the bottom. Okay, now you can use anything you would like. You could use Fabri-Tac or you could use the E6000. I've used both and I think they work equally as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the Fabri-Tac for this one. And once you do this, you're going to allow this to dry. And I'm going to line these up right here where the lines on my mat. It works out easier that way. Then you don't have one that's off center. Okay. Like that. And you want to make sure that little loop is peeking out both ends. Okay, and you're going to allow this to dry for quite a while before you pick this up. Like I said, you could use Fabri-Tac or you can use E6000. Both would work well. Okay, so I'm going to give this a lot of time to dry before I go on to the next step. Okay, so these little bales have dried nicely. So what we're going to do is place some stickers on here. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. Even though it's super sticky on the back, I still like to use Fabri-Tac. Okay? And I think I'm going to use this little deer right here. I was debating between these two deers, but I think I'm going to use this. And I'll put a little bit of glue here. And you're going to line up your bales again so you'll get this nice and straight. It's probably better to stand up and look straight down, but yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do the same thing with a little snowflake here. Put a little bit of glue here. Even though it's super sticky. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to allow this to dry. And then we're going to add a little bell and put on the little ribbon hanger and see if there needs to be any other added touches to this. Okay, I'm not sure why, but I decided to take off the snowflake here, and I took my bag of Silly Wink Fun Foam scraps and pulled out some scraps, and I have a star punch. I actually have a trio that I bought on Amazon. There we go. I think I'm going to put maybe here. No, maybe a red star. I like the red star, I think. Yeah, I'll try that first. Put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on this. And then place it over where I originally had the snowflake. And then maybe I'll take a smaller star, punch that out. Yeah, I think that looks better. And then maybe a third one here. Maybe in the white. I'm not sure if I want to use this size in the white or a smaller size. I'll have to see. Here's a teeny weeny one. So let's see which looks better. Maybe a tiny one, or gosh, I'm not sure about that. Maybe a tiny one like that. Yeah, instead of here, put it up there. What do you think? I'd like to know. Okay. I'll place this right here. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. And we have our trio. So I'll go ahead and let that dry. And then we'll be back. Okay, here we go. We have this completely dried. And these are dried as well. So you're going to need 2 jump rings. The first one needs to be 10 millimeters. And I found the 10 millimeter jump ring on Amazon. I found this 9 millimeter at Hobby Lobby, but that was the largest that they went to, was a 9 millimeter, which is fine because we're going to use the 9 millimeter at the bottom and the 10 millimeter at the top. Okay? So, I'm not sure which bell I'm going to use, the white one or the red one. Which do you think? White or red? I think I'm going to be a little different, and I'm going to use the white one today. So I'm going to open up this 9 millimeter jump ring first. You can feel it with your finger where the split is. And if you're wondering where I found these bells, I found them on Temu quite a while ago now. They also had them in a light pink. I'm not sure if they'd have them on Amazon or not. I didn't check. Okay. And so then the next thing I'm going to do is open the 10 millimeter and just slip that right here on the top bail. And you're going to close that. Okay. So the next thing that I did is I cut 8 inches of ribbon, and this ribbon is 3/8 of an inch wide. Okay, so I'm just going to slide this through the top, and I'm just going to take a little dot of Fabri-Tac. Before I do that though, I'm going to make sure that all the frayed ends are cut. And I'm not putting a ton of Fabri-Tac, I'm putting just a light amount so it doesn't soak through when I fold this over. Make sure it's the right direction. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna do this. And see if you put just a light amount, which is all you need because, I mean, it holds really well. Like that. And just let it dry. Okay. Now I'm going to hold this upwards a little bit. Okay, so we have our little reindeer here with our white bell. And then, sorry about that. And then our little Santa that I did earlier. So I thought they turned out really cute, and they were fun to make. And I will tell you this too. The longer you allow this to dry, it'll harden up. If you let this dry for a few days, you'll notice a big difference as far as the stiffness around here. I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, so how did you like this video? Thank you so much for being here with me today. God bless you, and have a very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.